Have you ever thought about starting a YouTube channel only to get completely buried in all the conflicting advice out there? Yeah, it can feel like someone just dumped a pile of bricks in your yard and said, good luck. Well, today, we're going to fix that. We are laying out the exact blueprint for building your channel from scratch, turning that huge, daunting task into a clear, step-by-step project. And this, right here, this is the core idea for everything we're about to talk about. I want you to think of yourself less as just a creator and more like an architect. The technical stuff, the settings and all that, that's your concrete and steel. But your idea, your unique spin, your niche, that's the design, the personality. That's the very thing that makes your channel feel like a home that people want to come back to. So here's our game plan. We'll start with your digital blueprint, just to get oriented. Then we're diving into the 3 critical phases: laying the foundation, designing the niche, and then kicking off the growth. And we'll wrap things up by learning from the leaders, the absolute giants of the YouTube world. Let's be honest, starting a channel feels overwhelming, right? There are 1,000,001 things to think about. Names, logos, algorithms, analytics. It's a lot. But just like with any big project, when you have a solid blueprint, every single step becomes manageable. This roadmap is all about giving you that clarity, guiding you from a simple idea to a fully functioning channel. All right, let's get our hands dirty. Every great building, every skyscraper, it all starts with a rock-solid foundation. And in the world of YouTube, that means getting the technical setup right. Trust me, doing this now saves you so many headaches later and makes you look like a pro from day one. So these 4 steps are your bedrock. They are absolutely non-negotiable. It all starts with your Google account. Simple as that. You create the channel, then you pick an identity, a name and a handle. Quick tip, if this is for a business, definitely use a brand account. Then you establish your branding. Your profile pic and banner are like the front door to your house. They're the first thing people see. And finally, you have to get verified. This is such a simple but critical step. It unlocks super important features, especially custom thumbnails, which are the key to getting people to click on your videos. Okay, our foundation is poured and set. Now comes the really fun part, deciding what this house is actually going to look and feel like on the inside. This is your niche. It's that sweet spot where your passion meets what an audience is genuinely curious about. Because, a perfect foundation with a boring generic design, it's not going to attract any visitors. Now this slide, this right here illustrates the secret weapon, focus. You could start a channel about DIY, sure, but you'd be competing with basically everyone. Or you could launch a channel on DIY home improvement for small apartments. See what happened there? You just went from being a tiny fish in a massive ocean to being a huge fish in a cozy pond. You're talking directly to a specific group of people with a very specific problem. And that is so incredibly powerful. And speaking of powerful, let's talk about money for a second. Why does picking the right niche matter so much? Well, because of numbers like this one, $22. That can be the CPM. That's the cost per mil, what advertisers pay for every 1,000 views, in super profitable niches like personal finance. Choosing your niche isn't just some fluffy creative decision, it's a serious business decision that will directly shape your earning potential. And that same strategic thinking goes for your channel's name. The best way to think about it is like your digital street address. It has to be easy for people and for search engines to find you. The best names? They're simple, they're unique, and they're easy to spell. And hey, if you can cleverly sneak a keyword from your niche in there, like Vegan Recipes Hub, you're basically giving YouTube's algorithm a giant flashing sign that says, hey, this is what my content is about. Okay, foundation is poured, the interior is designed, it's time to open the doors and get people to actually move in. Phase 3 is all about growth. These are the strategies and the systems that will turn your brand new, empty channel into a thriving, bustling community of viewers and subscribers. And the great news is, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Experts from places like Think Media and vidIQ have pretty much boiled growth down to these 3 pillars. Number 1, an irresistible title that makes people curious. Number 2, a thumbnail design that is literally impossible not to click. And number 3, a reliable formula inside your videos that turns casual viewers into loyal subscribers. If you can master these 3 things, you have built the engine for your channel's growth. And this slide highlights a mindset that is absolutely key to success. Growth isn't something you just set up and then forget about. The YouTube world is always changing. The people who make it to the top are relentless learners. And the best part, you don't need some expensive course. YouTube itself gives you the YouTube Creator Academy. It's a gold mine of free courses on everything you could possibly need to know to win. So we have our blueprint. We know the phases of construction. Now, let's just take a second to look at the skyline and see the skyscrapers that have already been built. Studying the biggest channels out there isn't about copying them. It's about understanding what's truly possible and grabbing some inspiration from how they reach those heights. And wow, what a skyline it is. Just take a look at this list. I mean, at number 1, you have the absolute titan, Mr. Beast, with a mind-boggling 458 million subscribers. Then you see the global power of music with T-Series and Z Music Company. But what's really wild is how much of this list is just dominated by kids' content. Coco Melon, Vlad and Nikki, Kids Diana Show like Nastia. It just proves how powerful that young, captive audience is. And you've still got traditional media from Set India, pranks, entertainment. The variety here is just staggering. It shows you that you can find massive success in almost any genre if you just execute at the absolute highest level. So that's the whole journey, right there. It all starts with something as simple as a Google account, and it can lead to an audience of millions of people. The path isn't some big secret. It's a process. You lay a solid technical foundation, you design a compelling and super specific niche, and then you commit day in and day out to the principles of growth. Look, we've just handed you the complete architectural plans. We've covered the foundation, the design principles, and the strategies for filling your creation with life. The only question left is, well, it's the most important one. Your blueprint is ready. What will you build?